We're here with Hunter Billingsley, the lead singer for the new band Kidron. It's the Well Community Church is our worship band. First, tell me a little bit about Kidron. Who are you guys? What kind of music is this?
Yeah, well, it's Christian music.
Yeah.
It's for Christians. It's for their encouragement, and we hope that they enjoy it a lot. We're all musicians from a bunch of different walks of life. I've been a professional musician for going on 11 years, and we have a variety of tastes. So a lot of our guys, they come from a kind of a heavy metal background, and I'm kind of from an alt rock space. So yeah, we just wanted to bring what we know and what we love to the table, as far as we just kind of had this question of why can't we do this unto the glory of the Lord for worship, and it's been pretty cool.
One of the things that is pretty unique is the vision for forming bands. Why bands over just creating more worship leaders and more worship team members? But why bands?
It was born out of necessity, but also the desire to do something that was a little more creatively focused. Our first and foremost focus is on worship, but we are creatives, and we wanted to do something that was unique to ourselves. And so from the very beginning, we've never really done just one-to-one covers of anyone's songs. We've always kind of adapted things to ourselves, or just written whole new arrangements outright. So we just kind of sound like us as opposed to someone else.
Yeah. Here's the reality, I can't steal someone else's sermon and pass it off as my own. I can preach the same passage, but I ought to communicate in a way that who God has made me to be and my personality comes out. And I think that's what's cool about bands, is that you guys have been given talent by God, and you're using it for the glory of God, but also for the good and edification of the church. It's a blessing to the congregation and blessing to God's people. You guys are unique in that it's a rock band, and so you lead sometimes with electric guitar. Is leading with electric guitar even Christian?
Very Christian. Psalm 24 says that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So I take that to heart. I don't really see any reason why we shouldn't make noise with what we're given. I never understood why instruments were allowed to develop up to a certain point, but then there was just a cutoff, and it was like no electric guitar. So yeah, we bring it to the table. I don't believe heaven's going to be quiet, so we make loud, joyful noise to the Lord.
Yeah, I think David would have been playing electric guitar. The uniqueness of the band, the style, all of that's organic to you guys, right?
Yeah, we do stuff that's very authentically us. It's what comes out of us naturally. It's what we enjoy doing. And so yeah, we just make music for the Lord that's just, it sounds like the stuff that we like.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that people ought to hear. That's Kidron. As other bands get created and other bands are formed at the Well, and then they're going to have their own sound, their own personality. They'll have their own unique way of communicating the same truths that we hold dear and that are timeless. And so can you tell me a little bit then about the vision for, in your mind, what does the future of bands look like at the Well?
The vision and the idea is for Kidron at the start, and hopefully for other bands in the future, is that they're more than just a worship team, but they're actual bands led by creative Christians who have a vision, who have a style, who have their own language that they want to use to worship the Lord and to just be creative, to write good music. We want Christians to make good music, and we want to give Christian artists the ability to do that, both on Sundays and in making records. There's really no limit on the style, and we just want to encourage Christian creatives to do their thing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of albums, y'all are just releasing an album right now, Ode to Grace. It's a hymns album. Man, why hymns?
Yeah, well, at this point, it seems that there's kind of a tradition of Christians taking old hymns and adapting them to their own contemporary stylings. And so we kind of wanted to carry that torch and kind of start from there. And it's a really great way to start, because I think it's a very bold statement on just what kind of language do you want to use to communicate the truths of God. And I think that the language of hymns is timeless. And for some of them, the tunes are great, but they're definitely of their day. And so sometimes that traditional setting can be a barrier for people. Yeah. So it was a great exercise to take these great hymns and adapt them into our own musical language.
These songs and these hymns that are on this EP are Kidron's original arrangements. It's also songs we sing on Sunday. So this is music for our congregation that they're hearing on Sunday. They get to download on whatever streaming device they have and listen to it on the car ride. And as a church member and as someone who can't play any instrument other than the iPhone, I love being able to listen to Kidron while driving the kids around and going from place to place. The record sounds good. Where did you record it?
When we started planning the EP, we were thinking, how do we want to do this? And we were thinking about going to a studio, but we wanted to have as much creative freedom as possible in the studio without necessarily the pressure of like spending a lot of money. So we were just like, okay, well, what do we have? What do we have to work with? And our drummer Frank, he has a perfectly workable studio set up in his spare bedroom. I mean, it's a small room, but we crammed in there and we basically recorded the whole thing there. And then in his living room, we did some gang vocals with some members from our church. We're really thrilled with how it came out, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds great, man. I'm so proud of you and the band and what y'all put together. And so it really showcases the faithfulness of those who serve at the well and who are in Kidron. They have a culture of, man, if we're faithful with little, as the scripture says, man, God will make us faithful with much. And so we're seeing that, and man, I'm just super proud of this project. And so I hope that you'll all go listen to Kidron, their brand new album, their EP, Go to Grace.